Hey, what's up, YouTube family and extended family? It's me again, and I wanted to check in with you today as we get rolling on week 5 of our 52-week savings challenge. I'm going to jump into that just here in a second, but before I do, I wanted to thank you for all of the messages again and sending me comments, thoughts, ideas for other videos and discussion points that I'll be doing later on this week. I also want to say how excited I am to hear from so many of you how your challenge is going, and for those new people who are joining us along the way. It's never too late to make yourself a financial priority. So anytime you jump in there, just jump in and catch up. This week, I wanted to just touch a little bit on one of the things that we accomplished by the 52-week savings challenge. Remember, for those of you who've been with us from the beginning, that this challenge really isn't about the money, it's about the process. All right, and so as we're going through this process, I wanted to just give you one of those examples of something that is occurring for you indirectly by participating in this 52-week challenge. So the thing that I want to focus on today is habits. And so I am not a psychologist, but psychologist literature in general, literature in general says that it takes about 21 days of participating in something to form a habit, and it can take up to 254 days to change a habit. And so right now with the 52-week challenge, you're going to fall somewhere in that spectrum because whatever you have been doing with your money and your resources has been a habit. You have created, whether purposely or on accident, you have created a habit in the way that you do business. And now participating in this 52-week challenge, now entering week 5, you are beginning to make yourself a financial priority. And as you do that, you will find different ways to save, to improve, to invest, to do things, and you'll find yourself getting stronger in that because the habit is at the core of what you're going to do. All right. So we're at week 5. Week 5 means that for this week you should be putting in $5 into your savings challenge. So if you count backwards with me, that's $5 for week 5, $4 for week 4, that would be $9, $3 for week 3 would take you to 12, $2 for week 2 would take you to 14, and $1 for the first week would be 15. So you should be at $15 right now if you are participating in the 52-week savings challenge. As we discussed earlier, I'm going to continue to use a visual aid just to show you what that would look like. So I have $14 here, and last week or the week before I used some change and put in 4 quarters, so that in total brings my savings to $15 and makes me current on the 52-week HBCU challenge. You know, the interesting thing I like to share with you all the conversations or elements of conversations that I've had with people, and even some people who don't readily understand the process or what we're trying to accomplish. In a conversation this week, you know, someone talked about it. Well, hey, I have $15 in my pocket. By saving $15, you know, what would I have accomplished if I can just put that out? Well, definitely all of us, or most of us, make more than $15 on any pay period. And so depending on when that is, most of us may have $15 available to just jump right in and save. But just because you have $15, and just because we're at $15 right now, that does not mean that you have made yourself a financial priority. It just means that you have $15 available. So I wanted to share that and just say that there's nothing wrong with the person having $15. There's nothing wrong with them not participating in this challenge or other forms of challenges, as long as they are comfortable with where they are financially and are doing things that help them achieve their goal. But this process that we are doing, again, is not about the money. It's about making yourself a financial priority, planning for your future, and doing those things one step at a time that'll help you get there. It's been a really really good week for me. For those of you looking on, I don't uh, uh, share all the time or make it important to share that my HBCU is Prairie View A&M University, and I'm a Panther. But this week I'm wearing my Panther shirt. We are set to kick off the football season this Saturday with the Labor Day Classic, our annual kickoff event against Texas Southern University, which is another HBCU. They are in the same conference, and this is our rival school. And so, in the spirit of kickoff weekend for football, I'm wearing a little Prairie View paraphernalia. And so, for you, whatever your HBCU is, or if you don't have an HBCU and you just want to support one, jump on the bandwagon with us or one in your area and support that HBCU this weekend. Yeah, as we get back going, I kind of jumped right in here today and forgot to start off with our core principles. And so I wanted to double back and say those for you and for those new individuals joining us. Remember, our principles, our two core principles are start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. That is a quote from Arthur Ashe, and it's just a principle that I use really to do all of the decisions and the reviews that I do. And the second principle, and they don't fall in any specific order, but the second principle is it's your money, so there is no wrong answer. Again, it's your money, so there is no wrong answer. Each week of the 52-week challenge, 52-week HBCU Savers Challenge, we try to highlight a different HBCU, and so far, every week something else brings an HBCU to the forefront to make that the one that I mentioned. So this week, there are a couple of them popped up, but I chose one, and that is Xavier University. It's in Louisiana. Louisiana just recently was hit with a major storm and is facing, some really devastating hardships, and those hardships may last, at least for the next few weeks, and for some a lot longer than that. I think the next few weeks will focus on power and trying to get people access back to the areas and communities. And so this week I wanted to highlight Xavier University that's in Louisiana because the state of Louisiana has been in my thoughts based on everything that has happened. And so if you are a high school senior, a high school junior, or any young person who is exploring your college opportunities and options, please take a look at Xavier University that's in Louisiana. I will add Xavier's information in the information below, so you can just click on the link and follow it and learn a little bit more about that university and their programs. Xavier is a campus that I visited many years ago, but as I've mentioned, I'm going to try to start visiting several campuses, focusing on those that I have never been to, but I will revisit some campuses that maybe it's been quite a while since I've been there. I started going through the list of HBCUs, and happily I was glad to see that I have been to a lot of HBCUs across the United States, but there are still some that I haven't. What I plan to do is probably start with the low-hanging fruit, visit some of the campuses that are closer to my area or that are in areas that I'll be traveling to, and I'll catch some video images and things like that and just share them separately outside of our 52-week challenge, so that maybe some of you who haven't been to those campuses or haven't seen them can just get some general access photos coming on the campus, maybe a primary building or something that is important to that campus, just to share with you what I'm seeing when I make those visits. But I do plan to start visiting these campuses here in the next 3 or 4 weeks as schedule allows and travel allows, but I will definitely share that information with you. All right, so again, this week's 52-week challenge is week 5. You should be at $15 in your savings jar. If you are a person who is involved in some of the other things that some of the members of the group who are more advanced are in, that you have an Acorns account, that you have a Robinhood, or you have some other platform that you keep money in that will help you earn additional revenue, that is recommended that you keep the money there as opposed to just in a jar. The jar that I've showed you is just for demonstration purposes, so that you can see what we're talking about and what's going on. But I do keep the money, bulk of the money, in a savings platform. I choose Acorns for the 52-week challenge. As you know, I'm doing it twice. I'm doing it here with you in this format so that you can see it, and I'm also doing it in reverse. So the one that I'm doing it in reverse with, that money is going into the Acorn savings platform. If you don't have Acorns, if you don't have Robinhood, if you don't have Webull or some of those other platforms, I've had a link added in the information below. You can follow that and you can get a free $5, a free stock, whatever it is that that platform is offering. You can get it. It's encouraged that you use whatever tools are available to you that you are comfortable with to help you along on the journey, and that you use that tool in a way that works for you. The way that it works for everyone else is not necessarily the way that it'll work for you. So remember, it's your money, so there is no wrong answer. Just because someone else is doing something different and it's working for them does not mean that you need to follow that path exactly. All right, and so I want to thank you for checking in with me today. My daughter is not in here with me today, but she has reminded me to tell you to please like, subscribe, follow us on this journey, join in on the journey, and encourage others to do so as well. Financial freedom definitely is within your reach, with just a little focus and making yourself a financial priority. Thank you.